Hey Demir, how are you doing? Thanks for joining in. Hey, thank you for sharing this, tweeting it out. Appreciate it very much. If you can let me know how everything looks right now. Let me, just making sure I get set up here. Let me know on the quality and the audio, Demir. I appreciate it very much. I'm glad you got to join in because I'm going to talk a little bit about the SonyXpeiaXA1Ultra. So I'm going to wait till a few more folks join in. Again, glad that you can be a part of this live stream. It's not going to be on any specific area. It's I'm going to cover a little bit on the Sony, but I really just wanted to come on and thank everybody for their support. There's a lot of you coming on right now. Cheers to all of you. It is hot here where I live. I'm in my man cave, my little YouTube studio, and when it's hot outside, this area, which is actually a garage, is even hotter. I got a little fan over there, so you let me know if that's disturbing. So yeah, feedback on how everything looks, how everything sounds, using the LG V20 to do this video. Already I got Demir, I got the Axon 1, Steve, Warman, thank you. I know you are heading off to bed here soon, so thank you for joining in for a few minutes. Appreciate it, my friend. Magic Tech Review, Jabari Grace, Everyday Tech, Eric Drummond, Gordon Holmes, Daniel, Peralta. Hey, thank you for the donation, Magic Tech. Appreciate it, man. You guys don't have to do that, but I appreciate it very much. I haven't done a live stream. I think it's been about 3 weeks, maybe longer, since I've done a lot of live stream. So I'm going to basically try to get back into this. There's been a lot going on in my life. As you can see, the videos that I've uploaded in the last few weeks have been not on a regular basis. It's been kind of here and there. It's been kind of scattered. I've had some personal things going on with some family and things that needed to get taken care of as far as that, and nothing I can really discuss, but they just needed our special attention, and we're still dealing with that. So I've had to focus, my wife and I and my family have had to focus a lot on an area that just needed a lot of attention, and things are looking up and on the up in that situation. Also going into summer, there's a lot of family activities, vacation, just a lot of stuff going on with chores and responsibilities. So it's been a little difficult for me to be steady with the team, steady with the channel, and bring you any content. So it's been a little scattered. So I appreciate your patience. I appreciate you hanging in there and just always sticking around, man. You know what's really cool is I'll get random messages from a lot of you just saying, hey, what's up? And it has nothing to do with so much the channel, is you're just saying, what's up? And that is so cool, and I appreciate that you would take the time to do that. Now, I do have the SonyXpeiaXA1Ultra right here. I will be receiving some messages from my family from time to time, so I'll need to answer that. Anyway, just got back from vacation. Was at the Oregon coast. I've uploaded some videos using the SonyXpeiaXA1 a lot on vacation, the Samsung Galaxy S8 a lot, the HTC-U11. Now, I didn't take any more devices than that because I was on vacation. I wasn't there to do anything else but be on, but I took advantage a little bit and snapped a lot of photos and took some great video of the Oregon coast and just the beautifulness and the serenity of the Oregon coast, and just to be there and relax and let everything go. So I already have HTC-U11 up against the SonyXpeiaXA1 in a slideshow. I know a lot of you have been checking that out, so if you haven't seen it, go over and check it out. Leave a thumbs up if you like it. The SonyXpeiaXA1, unbelievable when it comes to photos and video. Photos especially, when taking pictures, really high on this device when it comes to the cameras. and I'll talk a little bit about that a little bit more. Let me see what else we got going on here. Uno Nice, Bashar. Wow. Thank you all for taking the time to join in. I appreciate it very, very much. So basically, looks good, sounds great. Good, good. Yo. Okay, so 4,000 subs plus. There are more of you coming on. I've made a few videos from time to time when I reach milestones and telling you thanks for being a part of the team. I'm overwhelmed, and it sounds almost cliche. I'm going to tell you, 4,000 subs to me is like having 400,000, 4 million. Even today, I am still overwhelmed at the fact that I do this because I love it and I have fun. But there's a whole large group of you that follow me and support me and are part of this team. And day in and day out, you hang in there to check out the content and you share it, you talk about it, you help me, you school me, you educate me, constructive criticism. I mean, everything in one huge ball. We've done this together on this journey, and 4,000 plus subs. That excites me. So a huge thank you, man. Just thank you so much from the bottom of my heart, man. You don't even know it. You don't even, I mean, maybe you do. Maybe you do. I shouldn't even say that. Maybe you do, because some of you have your own channels. So it means a lot to me. It means a lot that I can come in and share the content that I share with you, and that you watch it and support it and give your feedback. And I love the feedback. I haven't returned a lot on the feedback as much lately because a lot is going on, but I read it. Let me say that again. I read the feedback even if I don't get back to you right away or I take some time. There's some videos I don't send a lot of feedback on, and then there's some that I know it needs to go back. And as this team has grown, it's been harder and harder to return that feedback. But trust me, I am reading it all. And I appreciate it so much. Tech Ray, what's up? Thanks for coming on. Steve Orman says, one of the best tech channels on YouTube. Thank you, Steve, man. Appreciate it. Daniel says, great content. Jabri says, thanks. Uno Nice says, oh, he's thinking Jabri Grace. Oh, thanks, dude. Let's see. Don't know if I'll be on the stream for too long. My data service blows here, freezing a lot. It's not you, but don't worry, Daniel. I know you guys have a life. I know you guys are doing, and I understand that that connectivity isn't the same for me as it is for you. So no problem. Thanks for coming on. I appreciate it. Let's see. Jabari Grace says the shots were beautiful. I think he's talking about the HTC U11 and the Sony video. I'll tell you, man, the moment I started using the SonyXpeiaXA1 at the beach, just snapping pics left and right, I was looking at them and I was like, wow. Now we've been really high on the HTC U11, and you can't dismiss the Samsung Galaxy S8 either. And there's a lot of other devices. I'm mainly talking about the ones that I have. But when you get a $400 mid-ranger like a Sony, that's one of the main areas Sony is really good at, is their cameras. The SonyXpeiaXA1Ultra, not the XA1, the previous generation, was awesome as well. I knew that when I picked up this device, that I was still probably not going to get the best battery life, and I wasn't going to get the high specs. I was thinking about bringing in the XZ Premium at $800. But I realized after talking to my wife for a while that wasn't probably the smartest move for me right now. This was the second device that excited me when it comes to Sony. Sony is good for me. I like Sony products. Old school look still, but why change something that works? I like it. So after discussing with my wife whether to spend $800, $400, we went for the $400. And I honestly didn't expect it to be the S8, the LG G6, the LG V20, the HTC ULED. I didn't expect that to be. I expected it to be what it is. And it is a step higher than the SonyXpeiaXA1Ultra. Remember, this is the XA1. I am getting 45 minutes to an hour more in battery life than I was getting with the XA1Ultra. The display is gorgeous. I don't know if it's just me, but personally I feel that it's that much sharper. It's that much more vivid when watching videos and movies. The speaker is just phenomenally loud. It may almost be the same as the XA1Ultra. If I had the other one, I didn't sell it, I would be able to compare the two. The size does not bother me. I liked the aesthetic corner edges instead of the rounded. The previous generation had a little more rounded corners. The 60, you know, somebody asked me why optical image stabilization on the front. Well, if you're shooting video like this, holding with one hand and using the front-facing cam to shoot video with one hand, that can be a little shaky compared to shooting rear video when you can hold a device like this, right? So the optical image stabilization really helps out when you're holding with one hand and it can be a little shaky. Sort of keeps everything stabilized. So I kind of understand that. I mean, I wish it was on the back, but yeah, I understand why that's there that way. It does have a flash. I'll be taking some pictures with that. But overall, performance has been awesome. No issues going on with performance. It's a little bit smoother. I can't remember all the specs off the top of my head. Let me see if I can find my... I don't even know where I put that box. Anyway, it's upstairs. The thing is, with this device, at this point in the game, for myself being an enthusiast with Sony devices, I've always been intrigued with Sony. It was worth my $400. I would honestly say, if you're interested in this device, this is a step up from the SonyXpeiaXA1Ultra. Okay? It's a step up. Okay? The display's going to be that much better. The speaker is about the same. Maybe it's a little bit better. The cameras are phenomenal. The video looks great. Performance is a little smoother. You got Nougat on here, 7.0. Hopefully that'll get 7.1 eventually. There's been a couple little moments where it sticks, but it's nothing. It's not a big deal. It's not a deal breaker at all. But overall, I would say that maybe waiting for it to drop $50 or $100, unless you're intrigued with Sony devices like I am, buy it for $4. But if you're kind of questioning, well, I don't know, maybe that's a little too much money, I would wait for a $50 drop or maybe a $100 drop, a little sale that comes your way, and I'll announce that. If I see it, I'll announce it. I would say at that point, even at $50 save, that's a pickup. Again, for me, I had to have it. And if I knew that it wasn't going to hurt me in the channel, I would have picked up the XZ Premium. But I knew that financially going forward with a lot of other devices coming out, flagship devices, that it was best to wait and go with this device. And I have no regrets in picking up this device. At this point, I couldn't ask for better performance on a $400 mid-range from Sony. Again, I love the visuals. I love the sound that comes out through that one single firing speaker. The battery life, 45 minutes to an hour more, works for me with this device. Now, I've had a couple feedback comments made about the aesthetic look, that it's boring, it's kind of ugly, and I understand that. Steve, shout out to you. This wasn't appealing to you, and I understand that. It's not going to be appealing to everyone, but it is to me. Sometimes plain Jane works for me because it has to give me a lot in here, right here and underneath, and for me, this device at $400 does it for me. So trust me, I'm watching the next 14 days though. If it drops in price, there's a special, I'll go get my extra money back. Okay, that's the smartest thing I could do. But I love big phones. I think that's the other part of this device that I really dig is the fact that it's large. I love a large display at 6 inches. The visuals on here are beautiful when watching movies. Just gorgeous. So let me just read a little bit of the comments of what's going on here because I'm missing some of the comments. Bashar Hamden wants a comparison between the XA versus the XA1Ultra, please. Now, I don't have the XA anymore. I sold that device. But like I said, this is a step up. You can now pick up the XA, and there's been a couple software updates, so it's already running Nougat as far as I know. Some of the areas that it needed help in, the software updates have smoothed those out. You can check out Jay Will's channel, and you can check out Demir on that too. So you're going to get a better device in the XA, and you can pick that up for under $300 now. Brand new. So if I would say, if you're really intrigued and I would say pick up that device. You know, you're not going to go wrong with that device. So I'm going to check out something here really quick. Make sure. Excuse me really quick. So yeah, I can't do that comparison. There are a lot of videos out there doing that comparison, but I would have to say, for me, the XA1 is a step up. It's just whether you want to pay $400 when you can go pay under $300 for the XA, the first generation, and you're going to get great cameras. You're going to get great visuals on that 1080p display. You're not going to go wrong with that device. You're not at that price point. That's a great price. If you can find it for between $250 and $280, $290 in there somewhere, you're not going to regret that purchase. But that's my opinion. Some of you may not agree with me, and that's okay. I think a little different, and I look past some of the cons, and I look at both sides. But if there's way more pros than cons, and I'm having fun with it, and that's not being lost while I'm using that device, well, then I'm good with it. And that's the SonyXpeiaXA1Ultra, especially under $300. That's, to me, a no-brainer. That's go out and buy it if you're intrigued. If you don't mind spending $400 and getting a couple steps up, then go for the SonyXpeiaXA1. So, yeah, it's basically you're going from 3 gigs of RAM to 4 gigs of RAM. Okay, so and this is the MediaTek Helio P20, which is, wow. I mean, it is a lot better in performance. Again, the average consumer may not notice as many little hiccups. You get those same type of hiccups on my wife gets those same type of hiccups on her Samsung Galaxy S7 Edge. So, I mean, and that's one thing that, well, Samsung's kind of known for, right? You get those little bit of hiccups here and there, and yet most people are willing to put up with that. If you're willing to put up with that, then those couple of little extra hiccups here and there ain't going to be a big deal on this Sony device. Just ain't going to be a big deal. Yeah. And again, you're only paying under $3 for the XA1, you're paying $4. So, I was going to... So, if I remember correctly, the XA had 16 gigs of RAM, 16 gigs of internal storage, 3 gigs of RAM, and it had the expandable storage. You're getting a bump up with this device on the XA1. Okay, so you went from 16 to 32, from 3 to 4 gigs of RAM, and you got that Helio P20. So yeah, the MediaTek, and it's working out just fine. Hey Tony, what's going on? Steve Warman says, Mrs. MP13 is very understanding lady, spending all her money on the XA1Ultra. It wasn't her money, it was my money, Steve. Trust me, that would have been cool. Yeah, Eric Drummond, what's up? Yep, if the design isn't broke, don't fix it. And that's it. To me, there's certain designs you don't want to see go away. The Sony design, the aesthetic look of Sony devices, to me, have always been intriguing. They've always been interesting. And that isn't a design that gets a pass with me when it comes to bezels. Okay, I seem to be a little more forgiving with Sony devices and giving them a pass with those bezels than I am with any other device. It's because Sony does it better than anybody else with their bezels. I don't know what it is about it. They just do it better. Okay? It definitely did not work for the Pixel. Okay? It just didn't. But it works for a Sony device. I don't know. Jay William has one. He can let you borrow it for a shootout. Yeah, because he's not going to buy it unless it drops. I think he would probably pick it up if it drops 50 to 100 bucks. I think he'd pick that up. And so at this point, he's not going to. I don't know. You never know. We always say we're not going to, but then we change our minds, right? I've done that, so he may pick it up. Who knows? I don't know. I hope he does. That'd be a great comparison. Let's see. It looks huge. It is, man. It's just, that's a 6-inch display plus the top and bottom bezel. I love it. I love it. Man, it's like a TV in your hand. Tony Pazzo, what is up? Man, good to see you on the live stream. We're not talking about much here. I'm covering a little bit on this SonyXpeiaXA1. I'm not getting too technical with specs or anything. I'm throwing them out. I'm actually cheating right now. I'm on GSM Arena because that's not really what I came on to basically give you my experiences with the device so far and what I'm really intrigued with the XA1 compared to the XA. I want to be a little more real about it and not go too heavy into all the specs. I could have done all my homework and got it all in my brain and then brought the live stream and threw it all out there and looked really good doing it. Now, my stand is, hey, Don, what's going on, man? Does it look fuzzy right now? Is everything still looking kind of fuzzy? Let me know. Let me pull that down. I know some of you aren't used to seeing me in my summer attire. Wearing the shorts and no sweatshirts. Still got the hat. Oh, they're saying there's no comparisons between these two phones. That's why you're asking. Wow, okay. Well, I could always ask Jay and see what he says. Let's see. Let's see what's going on here. Tony loves the LG. Tony loved the LG Stylo 3 coverage. Well, there you go. You're getting a shout out, Tony. Daniel loves the Sony design. Yeah, I really do. Only talk about Sony, my kind of thing. Sorry, greeting from the... Oh, Geert Bolts. Only talk about Sony, not my kind of thing. Sorry, greeting from the Netherlands. You can ask me anything. Remember, this stream is not necessarily... I'm just giving you a little conversation on my experience with the Sony XpeiaXA1Ultra since bringing it in, taking it on vacation, using it, and I'm trying to just give you a little bit of insight on a little bit of the difference between the XA1 and the XA, and letting you know whether I think you should pick it up for $400. In my opinion, I would say wait. So if you have any questions on anything else, you can ask me. I may not know the answer, but you can ask me. And also, this live video stream was to say thank you for 4,000 subs plus. It's because of all of you. All of you. You made it happen. You made it happen, man. Anthony, can you do a connectivity comparison with the Sony, LG, and S8? As far as connectivity with 4G LTE and Wi-Fi, is that what you want to see? Let me know specifically exactly what you want to see, and I will work on that. Gert Boss says, nice shirt. Thought about the BlackBerry Key 1. I'm planning to use it for work. I am not planning on bringing in a BlackBerry device. No, I am not. That is, I have a list. I have a future outlook as we go into the latter part of summer, into the early part of fall. But right now, that is not on my list. But let me know what you think of it if you bring it in. Get back on the channel somewhere there. You can follow me on Google Plus too, or on Twitter. And you can let me know how things are going as far as that I'm always interested in information when it comes to all smartphones, even though I may not bring a lot of them in. So, what is, let's see here. What's next, Anthony, after the XA1 Ultra? I don't, okay, I have a list of devices. I am really looking forward to the LG V30, and I'm actually looking at the Pixel 2. That device is interesting, and the Essential device. Those three, I am not looking forward so much to the Samsung Galaxy Note 8. I know a lot of you are intrigued with that device, but I will have the money, but it's, if I'm looking at the other three devices that I feel are going to be a better pickup for the team, for the channel, and to review as far as at the level that I'm at financially and what I can bring in, I would say for me, the Pixel 2, the LG V30, and the Essential are three devices that are really on my radar. So we'll see release dates and price points, and then I'll go from there on what I'm going to bring in. So we'll go with that. Gordon Holmes, Will Broussard, thank you for joining. Big House Productions, yes, thank you so much for the 4,000 subs. 5,000's next. That's right. What do you think about the S8 overall? Will Broussard. The S8 is a great device to have. Encased cases, really nice. Especially with the Lightning Night screen protectors. Just throwing that out there. Not getting paid to say it either. Just doing it. Anyway, the S8 has been awesome to me since bringing it in the second time around. Had the S8 Plus, now the S8. Got this for a great price. Brought it in, brand new. Been using it. It's doing now for me what I expected the S8 to do. Well, originally the S8 Plus. And that was to be a performer, have decent battery life, take awesome pictures, shoot awesome video, have a beautiful infinity display that is a 2K display that is just all over there, that cinematic view look, especially when watching videos and movies. It is doing what it's supposed to do, especially after the software updates. I'm not getting as much focus setting anymore, using the front-facing cam, shooting video. The S8 is doing what it was supposed to do. Does that mean I'm super hyped? No. I was let down in the beginning when I got the Plus and I had so many issues in the camera area when shooting video. I returned that. Eventually I got this. It's now doing well for me. But that's what I expected. I'm not super wowed. This is what it's supposed to do. Okay? When the U11 came out, wow. Wow, my device of the year so far, the HTC U11. That's why I would take this device over this device any day of the week. But hear me right. I'm not disregarding this, and I'm not saying don't buy it. When you buy this device, you're going to get what you should get from this device, but it didn't, I mean, outside of the aesthetic look, and I love the display, it's not wowing me. It's just, for those purchasing this device, you're getting what you should be getting. Okay? As long as you're not having any issues, you're getting what you should be getting. Remember, that was a $750 device. You can get the unlock for $25 cheaper. If you get the Plus, that's $850 or $825. For $650, and what you get in the U11 just blows my mind. No more than the LG G6 did. I don't think this device was supposed to be what it was. And for 500 smacks, what you're getting from this device is more of a wow than what the S8 is giving me personally, in my opinion. But if this is all I had, and how it's working for me now, the S8, then yes, I think it's a great buy. Okay, hopefully that answers your question. Let's go down here and look at some more. Yes, Wi-Fi and 4G LTE connectivity. Yeah, I can do that. I can put together a video. Give me a little bit of time, but I can do that. I think you might be interested to see, especially out here in my YouTube studio, the connectivity with 4G LTE and Wi-Fi can sometimes be a little touchy, so that might be interesting. I can do that. I can go upstairs and everything changes. From being here in the garage in my YouTube studio to going upstairs, the connectivity completely changes. it comes in like, wow. I mean, upstairs. Here, it comes in really good too, but it's just that much faster up there. That much better up there. When I'm out and about traveling around, my connectivity 4G LTE is phenomenal here in town. Congratulations, Anthony. Sean, I appreciate it very much. Tony Pazzo says the Pixel 2 is on his radar as well. Yeah, I love the look. It sort of has that same look as this. It looks like it's going to be edged on the sides. It looks like it's just going to be slightly edged. It kind of looks like the S8 a little bit, but we'll see how much different aesthetically that really looks. I've seen some of the pics that have been leaked. You got the back panel on that device is like two different types of glass. The upper part where the camera is located, then you got the fingerprint sensor, and then the bottom level half. And it looks a little bit slimmer and taller, and then of course you have more of a display on the front with really less bezels there. So it's supposed to be like, what, 5.9 inches, the Pixel 2? So it's going to be a larger device, which makes it even more interesting for me. But we're going to have to watch the price point on that device. So yeah, Tony, it's on my radar. We'll see. I'm liking what I see as far as the pics that have been leaked out. But we're going to wait on price point too, okay? I'm hoping that they're not going to go beyond what they did with the Pixel 1. In fact, I'm hoping we're looking at maybe at least a $50 drop to a $75 drop, okay? Wishful thinking maybe, but we'll see. Roy Glass, thanks for joining. Please, can you put some image samples of the XA1Ultra as a download link? I can put some up. You mean for my vacation? I can do that. I took a lot of pictures. I can put some of them up on Google Plus, and you can download them from there. I can put those up public, and no big deal. Roy Glass, Lightning Knight screen protector was not compatible with my Spigen case, but they were very good and got a quick refund. Sorry to hear that. And that's the one thing I'm really starting to remember to put in my videos when I'm reviewing products, is that disclaimer that we know that not every screen protector is going to work with every case or case with screen protector, vice versa. The Lightning Knight screen protector has worked for me with most of my cases, whether they've been from Alexa, whether they've been from Encased, and whether they've been from Yotech, and whether they've been from Lightning Knight themselves. They have their own cases. 90% of my cases have worked with the Lightning Knight screen protector. But there are a few. Spigen is the one that I've heard that is the worst with the Lightning Knight screen protector. So great information. And I've seen that on that video that I uploaded too as well. I've gotten some feedback. But I try to put out the disclaimer because I don't want to come across like, hey, I'm reviewing this and it's going to work for you regardless, 100%. No, that's not true. So I try to make sure I get that out there because I don't want to mislead anybody. But good information there, Roy. I appreciate it. Eric says, but if you do talk about it, I'll catch it on replay. I guess I have a good one. I hope everything continues to go well. I'll catch you on the next video. Thanks, Eric. Take it easy. Peace. Thanks for coming on. Would you ever go for the iPhone 8? Too expensive in my opinion. There will be better phones for less money. I'm considering the iPhone 8. It's not on my list, but it's actually back here in the back of my mind. Actually, I'm considering the iPhone 8 more than I am, even though I said I'm not going to bring in the Samsung Galaxy Note 8, but I would consider that device over the Note 8 at this point. If I'm going to spend a lot of money, and I'm going to do it different. Okay, so if I end up going to one of those two devices, it would be the iPhone 8 to just change up the game here on my Project 13. If I'm going to spend that kind of money, that's the direction I'm going. Okay, I'm gonna blow up things here on my Project 13 if I did it that way. The Note 8 isn't gonna blow up things here. I'll get a lot of views, but sometimes it's not. You know, the views are what brings in the pennies for this channel. It helps me get a little bit of money for the channel, right? And I appreciate that from all you. That's part of the 4,000 plus here. You guys bring in those views, and I appreciate it. I appreciate you more than the subscribers or the views. I love that you're here. But that's a part of the mix of what goes into having a channel is the subscriber base and the views. Okay? And the one thing I haven't done is really blowing up the channel 3 going on my 3rd year. bringing an iPhone 8 would blow things up. The Note 8 would not. It would just be another great device. I'd get a lot of views for a couple of weeks and then it'd go back down to normal. The iPhone 8 would just totally change it up. Am I ready for that? I don't know. Maybe. Maybe. We'll see. If I have the money, that's the direction I would go. Okay, I'm not saying I'm going to get it. I'm just saying that's the direction I would go. Okay. Pixel 2 versus Note 8. Battery capacity, camera, video storage, price might determine if winner gets my money. Pixel XL2. It's going to have a squeeze feature. The frame of that device is going to have a squeeze feature is what they're saying, and that'll allow you to get into Google Assistant. It doesn't mention anything about the squeeze feature actually turning on the camera or doing anything else outside of it going into Google Assistant. When the device is off, you'll squeeze it and it'll go directly into. But if you have a pattern setup or a digicode setup, I'm sure that it'll take you there. But you're going to have to use that functionality, the security functionality, to get into it. So we'll see how all that works. But meaning that HTC is making the device. Am I correct? If it's going to involve the squeeze feature, that means HTC. So I'm sure a lot of you know more information on that. I haven't been keeping up a lot on that while I've been off on vacation and while I've been taking care of a lot of other stuff, family matters and church responsibilities. From what I'm seeing, though, it will implement a squeeze feature that will take you into Google Assistant when the device is off. But to me, you're still going to have to get through your security features to get in there. So we'll see how that works. But I think, to me, the Pixel 2 sounds more interesting than the Note 8. Just by what I don't like the back of the Note 8. I think it's too cluttered back there. You got two camera lenses, you got your dual flash, and you got your fingerprint sensor still in that same spot. Okay, if you're going to implement two cameras in that specific area, you should have put the fingerprint sensor at least below it. Okay, who cares if they're going to say you're imitating anybody? Just free up that space. There's a lot going on. You're going to be putting your finger and touching your lenses. There's just too much going on back there. I don't like the aesthetic look of the Note 8 from behind. I just don't like it. That's just me. I wish they would have changed that up a little bit. If they weren't going to implement under the display, which I understand is going to cause a lot of issues until they can get that perfectly done right, at least put them at the bottom of the device or at the back of the center of the device. So for me, the S8 Plus is just going to be basically the Note 8. There's going to be some differences, yes, but is it going to warrant the price point to have that? Unless you're going to use that pin a lot, there's going to be other little bit of functionalities going on there. And yeah, the dual camera, but you're not going to have that wide angle mode. You may be able to create something that comes out a little bit, but it's not going to be true wide angle, in my opinion, like it is on the LG G6 and the V20, and I'm sure on the upcoming V30. So to me, the Note 8 isn't fascinating enough for me. I would choose the Pixel 2 just because they're making major changes with that device and a few little things that they're going to implement as far as the squeeze feature. I like the squeeze feature. Is it practical for my HTC U11? Yes and no. I think it depends on who you are. I've used it here and there. I like it. I think it's a cool feature. And I think that we're probably going to see that a little more going forward, especially with HTC. I like the direction HTC is going, and they proved that with this device right here. So, the U11. Okay, so, got some messages coming in. Okay. Excuse me for just a second. Okay, congratulations, my brother, 4,000 subs. Thank you, Andreas. Appreciate it. Steve, thank you for coming on. Good night. Sleep well, my friend. I can't do an iPhone, but I understand what you are doing. That's what Unonai says. Well, I know. I understand. Big House Productions. Oh, I saw it Wednesday. Epic. My Stylo 3 Plus did well. He must be talking to somebody else. I think he's having a conversation with Uno Nice. Todd Minuli. Mianuli. Hopefully, I just killed your name. I know I did. Todd, Thanks for coming on. Waiting on the Huawei Honor Note 9. That looks like a fascinating device as well. TJ, what's going on? Once I get stuff situated, my YouTube channel will be on the way. Still waiting on that. Yes. Roy Glass, LG G6 got drowned out because the S8, but it is still a very underrated good phone. Yeah. You're not, if you pick the G6 for 500 smacks compared to 725 or 750, if you had to choose between the two and money was a little bit of an issue, you're not going to go wrong with the G6. I would say get the G6. That's just my opinion. Basher thinks, I think Sony's a diehard company. It will pay the price at the end. We will see, huh? That crazy Unboxer 67. Who is that guy? Woo! What's up, man? Appreciate you coming on. That crazy Unboxer 67, 4K subs, man. It's great you got this far. I appreciate it. Steve Warman says to all, night night. All right. Again, today's live stream wasn't going to be on a few specific topics. It was mainly to just say thank you. Thank you for being on this journey with me from the beginning. Something that started accidentally, never meant for it to happen. But here we are going into my third year, 4,000 subs. I have a great team. I have a great following. I have a lot of great friends out there. And we've had a lot of great conversations. And I've learned so much from all of you. I'm still, like I said at the beginning of this live stream, overwhelmed with being able to do and learn along the way and put my face in front of this smartphone. That's what I'm doing. I'm shooting video or going live on video in front of a smartphone, but I put my face out there and talk about things that maybe you already know about. Maybe I give you a little different of a look or an insight on what you know, or maybe you didn't know. But the fact that you all come and support and watch and hang out and have that conversation, that camaraderie, man, I just thank you so much. I just appreciate it. Yeah, I can't wait for the next 1,000 and the next 1,000. But more importantly, you know what? Just stay, hang around, continue to share this channel, help it grow, and so we can have more team players to have great conversations with. That's what it's all about, right? That's one thing that our world needs is today. You know, it's always been something we've needed. But we need that camaraderie. We need that togetherness. And this is one way that a group of people can come together and just share their minds, share their hearts, hang out and talk, and get along in one specific area that we all enjoy. Tech, smartphones. But outside of that, even, I've met a lot of you that have just shared a lot more of you than just tech. And I appreciate that very much. I appreciate very much that you've even extended yourself in that way. So, and then I also wanted to share a little bit about my SonyXpeiaXA1Ultra in comparison to the XA, last year's generation. So I did that a little bit earlier in the video as well. Some of you maybe didn't get that part of the conversation. But again, it's a device that I would say, unless you're a Sony enthusiast, I would wait for it to drop about $50 to $100. And you're going to, at $400, I think you're still getting a great device at that price point. It's worth it to me. And because I love Sony devices, it is worth it to me. But I would say if you can get $50 off, $75 off, $100 off, wait, and you're going to get a great device. The XA Ultra right now is under $300. That is a great buy. That device has been updated in a lot of different ways. It's been smoothed out. It's working great. I don't know how battery life is doing that. If anybody has the XA Ultra, let me know how battery life is there. But on the XA1, you are getting better performance with the Helio P20. It's that much better when it comes to performance. The visuals on this 1080p display is, to me, is that much better than the XA Ultra. The speaker is about the same, Battery life 45 minutes to an hour more on screen on time for what I do on my devices. So that's a plus. That's a thumbs up. You got that 4 gigs of RAM and 32 gigs of internal storage. You got the SD card slot. So a lot of good things going on. But where it really wins is in the camera area. Takes phenomenal pictures, whether you're using the rear or the front. This is an awesome device. I would say look into it if you are into Sony devices. If you never ventured this way, I would say pick up the XA1Ultra for under $300. You're going to get great cameras on there as well. But if you have the money, it's no big deal. Pick this up. Pick it up. So, yeah. Let's see. And that's where we're at. Man. It's been 3 weeks since I've done a live stream. And I'm just super stoked to get back here and just sit here and be able to share a little bit with you and spend a little time with all of you. Again, check out the videos that I just uploaded from my vacation. I got another one coming up with the SonyXpeiaXA1 going up against the Samsung Galaxy S8. Pictures from my vacation, so you're going to see a slideshow in the next couple days with that. I'm probably going to try to put together a performance one, and also we'll see one on connectivity as well too. So I didn't know if some of you even wanted to see a mid-ranger up against the flagships. I know some of you don't care for that. Some of you do. Down below, go ahead and leave me what you want. Leave some information down below. Leave some feedback on what you would like for me to do with the Sony device. You know, the only other device that's close to the price point is the LG G6 that I have, and the ZTE-Axon 7. But that might be a good comparison as well too. Still a phenomenal device, a device that, man, yeah, thumbs up to this device, and these speakers are just phenomenal. So again, I'm looking forward to the Google Pixel 2, the Essential, and the LG V30. Those are really my 3 highlighted devices I'm looking forward to. So just wanted to put that out there again. Worth it. Definitely worth it. The S8 is a great buy as well. Just to reiterate on some of the questions that have been asked of me during this live stream. Take care, Eric. Appreciate you coming on. LG Flex. Okay. You had to say that, right? Daniel Francis teasing me a little bit, but I can take it, bro. LG Flex 3. I'll tell you something. If they come out with that device, I'm buying it. I'm buying it. And I'm doing a huge unboxing. It's going to be big. It's going to be huge. Udo Nice. Note 8 or Pixel 2? I answered that earlier. I'm going to say it again. I would go for the Pixel 2 at this point. Just from what I'm seeing, just from the rumors, just from the leaks, I'd go for the Pixel 2. I don't even know the price point, but Cliff W, what's up? Easy Computer Solutions. Hey, you all. Easy in the building. Easy in the house. Thanks for coming on, my friend. Appreciate it. Let's see. Good evening, Easy. That's what Todd says. Hey, Will H, what is up? Thanks for coming on. Gert Boss, you talk about great battery life on the Sony. Would be nice if you compared it with the Lenovo P. There's no way it's going to beat the Lenovo. No, when I mean great, no. The Sony XpeiaXA1Ultra did not have great battery life. But for me, 8 out of 10 is great. Meaning that it had a little bit of hiccups here and there, but pretty much it was smooth performance, and battery life wasn't that great on the Ultra, the XA1Ultra. But when you got 80% of the device giving you a lot of greatness, it's worth having, even with that battery life being not so good. Okay? On the XA1, I'm getting better battery life. It's still not great. Okay? When I say better battery life with the XA1Ultra, this is what I'm talking. I went from 3.5 to 4.5 hours on the XA1Ultra. I'm going from 4.5 to 5.5 on the XA1 screen on time. I'm willing to put up with that so far because I'm getting so much more everywhere else on this device. That's what I'm talking about. There's no way that the Sony XpeiaXA or the XA1 is going to beat out the Lenovo P2. No, it's just not. So that's what I meant by better battery life. It doesn't get great battery. For itself, as a solo device, as an individual device, it is doing better. It is a better optimized, well-rounded device, the XA1 is. It's got a lot of good. That's basically what I was saying. Anyway, congrats to all of you. 4,000. Thank you so much. Stick around. More to come. A lot more to come. Be a little patient with me during the summer, though. Got a lot of family activities going on. Going to be going back to work. Got a lot to do. So videos are going to be a little scattered here and there. But just keep hanging out and keep sharing, man. Thanks for being a part. Thanks for the journey. Thanks for the subs. Thanks for the views. Thanks for the feedback. I could just go on and on and on. And you're like, okay, enough is enough. Let's see. Check this out. Yeah. Thanks, Gert, from the Netherlands. Thank you so much for coming on. Appreciate it. All right, you guys. I'm going to go. I appreciate all of you. Guys and gals, I should say. Cheers to Team My Project 13. You make it happen. You make it happen. Woo! I'm stoked. And I'm hot. It's hot in here. It's hot in here. Yeah. You know what I really need? Is some coffee. That's what I'm talking about. I'm not a Starbucks junkie. I make my own coffee. I make a mug. Stays in here for a couple days. 2 days to finish that. Unless I'm at work. Hey, you guys, thanks for hanging out with me, man. I appreciate it. Yeah, you guys are awesome. You guys are awesome. And you guys are still talking. Oh, I had a great... Hey, Paul. Yeah, I had a great Independence Day, man. Thank you. I hope you did, too. Hope you did, too. I appreciate you coming on. Hey, 96 degrees. It's probably about that here. I think it's about 85 here, 87 degrees. But in my garage, it's probably like 110. Ooh, I wish I was back at the coast. I tell you, man, it was so, look at those pictures in those videos. More to come. The coast is so beautiful. By a lake, all the critters, the ocean, the jetty, man, seafood. I can't wait to go back. I'm out. 4,000. Woo!